Come on, let's go outside. Let's take a walk in the sun. There are things to learn and things to see. A big wide world for you, your dog, and me. Dog Talk. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Dog Talk. I'm Pat Becker, and you know my co-host, Rusty.
Good morning, Pat.
And we have a special guest with us today, Patty Stevens. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
You look beautiful today, as does
you.
your schnauzer. So this little girl, tell me about this schnauzer.
Well, this is Hanna. I call her my little Wichita streetwalker.
Well,
she was found on the streets of Wichita being beaten by a bunch of little boys, and this one with sticks and a broom.
Oh, good Lord.
And she felt so sorry for that dog, she rescued her. And she had her for a month, tried to find out who, to whom she belonged to, but couldn't find the owner. So she was ready to take the little dog to the pound and have her put down.
Whoa.
And I had just lost my little dog, my last schnauzer, 2 weeks before my husband died, and I was so devastated over it.
Sure.
And so my daughter put this ad on the on the bulletin board of her vet. And this woman saw it, and then
it was a God wink. That's a God wink.
This dog has been wonderful. I rescued her, and she rescued me.
Which is definitely classic.
That definitely happens to most dog and family combos.
She's been wonderful.
Yeah, it is amazing to me. Anybody that says that God doesn't have a hand in some of these things is totally wrong. Because I know that this does happen. She says, I was looking for a home and I found it. I absolutely did. So
I think she's about, I think she must be at least 10 years old. I've had her close to 7 years.
Yeah. She is so precious. She is so precious.
Isn't she sweet?
So what's the best thing about owning a schnauzer? What do you like best about having
I like their dispositions.
Their dispositions?
Some people's schnauzers do bark an awful lot. She doesn't. But
yeah, she says, Pat, I'm not a barker. She says, no, Pat, I'm not a barker.
Occasionally, but you also said this is not your first or second schnauzer.
No,
How many
this
of
is
you
my
had?
fifth.
Your fifth
You've had 5 schnauzers.
Right.
Have they always been this size?
Just about.
Yeah, the giant schnauzers are really interesting dogs.
I know they are. I've never had one of those.
Yeah. Oh, they're very different. These dogs are definitely the kind of dog this size that you want, that you need.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
because
exactly.
Giant schnauzers are wonderful. They're very active dogs. But she says, I am just so thrilled to be here and get my close up. Well, we have made her the dog of the week. And we have for you a $100 gift certificate to A1 Pet Emporium to buy her some dog food or dog treats, however you want to do it.
I tell you what I'll do with that.
Yes?
I'm going to give it to Free to Live.
Oh, how nice of you. What a lovely thing to do. I am so impressed. That's wonderful.
No, I do think that's great.
So are you a supporter of Free to Live then?
Yes.
Oh, a wonderful rescue. I am the same way. They're pretty close to where we are, as a matter of fact.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
I didn't know where they were located.
Yes, they are. There are so many wonderful rescues, guys. And of course, I always say they're wonderful national organizations, but for goodness sake, support those in our state.
I know.
Every little bit helps because they do so much.
I was, instead of sending a memorial to different ones that have passed away, if they're dog lovers, it goes to Free to Live.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate your coming on so very much.
Thank you.
And you're a
so
dear
does
friend and a wonderful, wonderful advocate for dogs.
Well, Hanna appreciates it.
Well, thank you, Hanna, for being here. After the break, Maggie Springer will be here to discuss mobile dog grooming. It'll be great.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
Hi, I'm Maggie Springer, owner of Diamond in the Rough Mobile Pet Spa. I'm here today to talk about the importance of mobile grooming. As mobile groomers, we find it very important to groom your dog in a cage-free environment where they're comfortable. Also, we strive to socialize your dog so that whenever they need to go to the vet or any other social situations, they're comfortable around other people, being petted, being touched, different noises. It's so important to get your dog groomed for health benefits. We see things that you might not notice as a pet owner that we'll notice. We'll tell you what's going on with your pet. So let's take a look into the mobile grooming world. This is my mobile unit, which I'm very proud of. And this is my assistant, Krista. And we are going to bathe Gypsy today, look her over, and trim her toenails, which is going to be a lot of fun. Good girl. Gypsy's walked onto the table. I'm going to raise her up to a comfortable grooming level. Isn't that right, Gypsy? And we're going to look her over with a comb. We're going to brush through her coat, look for anything going on with her skin, and just give her a good once over before we get her in the bath. For your bath now? All right, Gypsy, let's get you into the bathtub. We always make sure that the pet is secured. Okay. Let's get some good shampoo on you, huh? All right, so we're just soaping her up. Oh, good shake. Soaping her up. Again, feeling her skin. We can really get in there underneath the hair and look at what's going on her skin. And with her, we're using a brightening shampoo because she does have a lot of white in her coat. All right. Good job, Gypsy. And on her face, we're going to use a tearless shampoo. Yeah, not so bad, Gypsy, huh? Yeah, good job. All right, making sure to get her completely saturated with shampoo. All right, I think we're ready to rinse. We're going to make sure we rinse all of the shampoo out. Don't want to leave any of that behind. Shake. Good shake. Good job. Gypsy. So we made sure all that shampoo was rinsed off. We're going to get the bulk of the moisture off with this towel. Way to go, Gypsy. Way to go. Time to get you blow dried. Adjust our speed. I always like to start off with a very slow speed to see how the dog does, and then we can turn it up as they acclimate and are comfortable. Great job, Gypsy. Gonna go ahead and clean out her ears. I like to do this after the bath so that in case any water gets in her ears, this is going to dry it up so there's no risk for an infection. All right. Kitty. And we're over. Good job, Gypsy. Woo-wee. Hang on.
That was super. I need to see more.
Hey Dog Talk fans, make sure you join the conversation on social media. Just go to facebook.com/dogtalktv. We'd love to hear a story of your furry friend, so send us an email to pat@dogtalktv.com. You could be featured as our Dog of the Week. Now, enjoy the show.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
Well, Gypsy's gotten her bath, her blow dry, and a thorough brush out where we've checked her over. We've also cleaned out those ears. So now it's time for toenails. Okay. Trimming the dog's toenails is so important. You're so good, Gypsy. Thank you. For their proper health. Oh. And it's important to always be in a comfortable position for the dog. Never want to be pulling. Try to keep her as comfortable as possible while trimming those ends off of her nails. Good job, Gypsy. Good job. Couple more. There we go. Okay, great job. Okay, now that I've trimmed the nails, I'm going to take all of those harsh, sharp edges off with a Dremel. I'm going to file them. Again, taking off any sharp edges, smoothing those nails out. Great job, Gypsy. There we go. Come on, Archie. All right, this is Archie. He's had a little bit of a phobia of cars. So we're slowly introducing him into the unit, making him comfortable and taking our time. I know a lot of pet owners have the same issue. Maybe their dog is shy and the owner might be apprehensive about getting their dog professionally groomed. But it is an option, and what we do is we just take our time. The comfort of the pet is our #1 priority. You ready, Archie? Come on, come on. Good job. Way to go. Way to go, Archie. All right, we've got him on the table, and we're gonna slowly raise him up and get him ready for his grooming. So, let the grooming begin. This is Sally, and as you can tell, she's also extremely shy, a little bit nervous about the grooming process. You can tell by her body language. She's stiff, her tail's between her legs, she's panting, she's a bit stressed. So we've been working with her for a few visits now, trying to get her comfortable with our facility, with the process of grooming. Come on, Sally, you ready? Let's go inside. Yeah, you can do it. Good job. Oh, good job. And as you can tell, Sally is a bit nervous, so we're going to take some extra time getting started here, calming her, nurturing her, letting her know this is a safe place for her. And we're going to get her started. And when we get done, she's going to be looking beautiful and feeling proud. Great job, Sally. Way to go. Each visit, Sally gets more comfortable with the grooming process and seems a little happier and happier. So, boy, doesn't she look great. Great job, Sally. All right. This is my husband, Josh, and we are excited about our brand new grooming facility. We hope we brought some awareness to the importance and health benefits of grooming.
We feel honored and privileged to serve not only you as a client, but also your pets as a family member, both emotionally and physically. We are Diamond in the Rough Mobile Pet Spa.
That was a great video. Coming up next, John Gary with the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter has some great stories for us.
Yeah.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
John, how are you today?
Good, how are you, Pat?
Well, I'm ready for our next interview. It's been a month and I'm raring to go.
Well, we
what
got
have
a
you
couple
got for
dogs
us?
today to show you.
Good, good. I'm excited. Can we go?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Chorito, what's going on?
Oh, just a normal day at the shelter. We just
Yeah?
got this litter of puppies in here.
Oh
They're just
my
a few
gosh.
days old.
Look at this.
They were found by a citizen and brought into us to take care of.
Oh my goodness. So they were abandoned?
We don't know. They were just found.
They were found just on the side of the road? Or, oh
Yep.
my gosh, oh my gosh. You know, the issue of this happening is huge. Backyard breeders, this can happen to. If you don't spay and neuter your pet, it gets out. Sometimes they give birth on the side of the road, you know, you just don't know. But what a precious, precious, precious little animal.
There's
Golly.
3 of them, so we'll get them lined out with the foster home, and we'll get them in foster until they're big enough to have their sterilization surgery, and then they'll go up for adoption.
Fantastic. So these have just come in, Jerry?
Yes, they did.
So they will go to be examined. We want to be sure there's no parvo problems or things like that going on. And then you all will take charge. Well, lucky animals that they've come here today.
Yes.
Bless their hearts. Jerry, thank you for staying a little while. We'll let you get those babies back to where they're supposed to be. So who is this lovely girl?
This is Taylor. She's a 15-year-old chow who came to us a couple of days ago. Her owner passed away and his family's not able to take care of her, so they brought her to us.
You know, this is an issue too that is classic, because if people would have a plan, you know, I have known people who have set aside a certain amount of money for their animal in case they passed before the animal, so that it would supply the whoever adopted or took the animal, hopefully somebody in the family. It would give them the financial coverage for a dog until it passed. You know, it is so sad, because a lot of young people give older people, parents, puppies, which they should never do, because obviously then the puppy is going to outlive the person. And that's a sad state of affair. This little dog, oh, she is beautiful too. Taylor, you have a few little things here though. You could use a little cleanup, for goodness sakes.
She definitely could use some TLC.
You know, I've got an idea. Let's get her all fixed up. Let's give her a makeover. And then she'll be ready either for a foster or adoption. And folks, this is as I say, this is classic, because this little girl probably has in her life maybe a year or two at this age, and so what a gracious, wonderful thing to do. And Dog Talk will give the person who adopts this dog a year's supply of dog food.
That's
How would
amazing.
that be?
That's amazing.
We'll do that because
There
she
you go,
is so
Taylor.
so sweet, and she's going to fit in just great. This there again for an older couple.
Yes.
This would be
Right.
perfect. She's
Perfect.
used to that atmosphere. Oh, let's do that. That will
She's
be
very calm. She walks well on a leash. She would do great with an older couple.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Let's do it. We'll get that done. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You bet.
Yeah,
So,
Taylor.
what else you have? Anybody else floating around here?
Oh,
we
yeah.
need to meet?
We've got them everywhere.
This is incredible. We kind of came in the room where this little dog was lying here on this roller, this little bed, and she looks kind of pensive. What's going on with her?
She is very pregnant. She's quite possibly in labor right now.
Oh.
She doesn't want to move. She doesn't want to walk. She'll lay down wherever she's at.
Yes.
She just came to us this morning,
This morning.
but very, very pregnant.
She is very pregnant, but how fortunate that someone had brought her in before she had to go through the process in an area, which would probably be very dangerous.
Right. She'll get vet care here and have some help through her labor.
Yeah. Another issue of spay and neuter.
Oh, yes.
This is the thing. This little dog, and of course, a lot of times the history is an X factor with these dogs that come in. Even though someone says, they surrender the dog, you just don't know. So it could be anything, but the breeding obviously probably is not a purebred breeding, or she would be with a breeder. She is a mixed breed, looks to be shepherd and something hound of
Houndy.
some kind.
Yeah, very houndy.
Yep.
Very houndy. So what's the process when something like this happens and a dog comes in that's very pregnant? This one, as you say, could be delivering within hours. What is the routine?
Well, first things is our veterinary staff examines her, tries to determine about how far along that she is so that they know the need, whether it's an emergency, something we need to get back there right away. In a lot of cases, in her case, she's so far along, she's too late to spay her.
Right.
And so, unfortunately, she will have these puppies here in the shelter, which is something we don't normally do, but because of how far along she is, we'll have to. And then we'll work with her, obviously, through foster homes we'll get her spayed so it doesn't happen again, and then get the puppies big enough to where they can be placed in some new homes as well.
Yeah, obviously, are the puppies quarantined then? Because being so vulnerable to different diseases and everything, will they be?
They will. Actually, they won't be here at the shelter. We'll get her out into one of our foster homes so that they're not having to stay here in the shelter. Obviously, with them being that young, it's a long-term foster, which we don't do a lot of, but in this case, we don't have much of a choice. So it'll be a long-term foster for her. For whoever fosters them, probably be a good 8 weeks, a couple months. So.
Yeah, exactly. So have you given her a name?
Her name is Coco.
Is Coco. Well, Coco is doing a fine job of lying here doing her thing, as we say, bless her heart. So will you keep us advised about that?
Absolutely.
How often does this happen, John?
Unfortunately, this time of year we see it a lot. We take in litter after litter of puppies, and we see so many pregnant female dogs come in this time of year. Dogs are a little different than cats, that they pretty much have puppies year round, but this time of year we definitely see an increase. Nicer weather, they're out, they're roaming, they're being bred.
Exactly.
Obviously not spayed and neutered, and so it's a huge
Exactly.
problem we see, especially this time of year.
Exactly. Yeah, that is the thing. Oh, guys, spaying and neutering. You get a dog, you adopt a dog from a shelter, it's going to be spayed or neutered. Rescues usually the same way. But most of the time, when you find a friend who has puppies or something like that, you don't think about it. And this is what can happen. This little dog, fortunately, is in good hands. But how sad to be this far along, out walking in the streets and having your puppies there. the outcome could be horrific for the dog and for the puppies. No question about it. So the importance of spaying and neutering is very much in the front right now with this kind of situation. And you can get a dog spayed and neutered, you know, so easily and so quickly, and it's for not very much money. And it's part of the responsibility of pet ownership. If you can't take care of a dog and be responsible, for goodness sakes, don't get one, okay? But if you want to be responsible, you love an animal, you like to have one around, this place is a good place to come because they do take great care. There are tons of dogs that are up for adoption, and the time is now.
Pat, there are many low-cost spay-neuter programs out there. If anybody would like information, they can call 316-3663. The City of Oklahoma City has a free program to their city residents. If you don't qualify for that program, there are lots of low-cost spay-neuter clinics out there, and we can get you with those resources as well.
Absolutely, and then you avoid this kind of thing. Thank you so much. It's been very informative, very dramatic this month. So maybe we'll have puppies again next month.
For sure.
Okay.
That was a great episode. I can't wait till next week. We always have some fun things ready for you. Remember to check out our Facebook page, bring us your ideas, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Dogs. We're talking about dogs. Talking about big dogs, talking about little dogs, oh yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat, digging holes, thing like that. Dogs, talking about dogs. Laughing dogs, sad dogs, happy dogs, mad dogs. Dogs, just talking about dogs. Lost and alone, running the street, checking the garbage, looking to eat. Out there sad and on their own, the law will get them if they got no home. Dogs, talking about dogs. Dogs, we're talking about dogs. You say they were angels sent from above, then a year or two later you fell out of love. You dumped them, man, and kicked them out. Now what the heck was that about? Dogs, we're talking about dogs. Dogs, them poor little dogs. Talking about big dogs, talking about a little dog, oh yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat, digging the hole, things like that. Dogs, we're talking about dogs. Laughing dogs, sad dogs, happy dogs, mad dogs. Dogs, just talking about dogs. Dogs, just talking about dogs.